So I just woke up and I saw this video in my recommended by ProGuides, Valorant Tips, Tricks, and Guides. 15 insane off angles for a free kill in Valorant. And I thought to myself, okay, this could be pretty decent. So I started watching the video and I realized that over half of these are one and done positions where you can only get one kill before you die, and they are advertising this video towards newer players. They are teaching newer players improper ways to actually play rounds. And I just thought I should make a video about this. Usually I don't make videos on other creators because they are just trying to help the newer players a lot of the times, but they're teaching improper ways to play these rounds, and that kind of made me mad. So I'm going to get started on this video and I'm going to go over some of these spots. I'm going to go over a lot of these disadvantages of these spots, and I'm going to let you guys know if it's a decent spot or not to play. I really like their intro, by the way. Their intro is nice. It's very wholesome. Okay. This was patched, by the way. Haven window to right side B site. What? What? Who the fuck is ever going to hit a shot like this? Who? Who the fuck will ever hit a shot from this? Okay. So, there are some glaring fucking issues that I see with this. There is one issue that is very large, other than the fact that you will never hit this shot. If you were expecting them to walk into this crosshair, they can come from two other angles while you were holding this. They can go on top right here, and they can shoot you before you even have a fucking moment to drag your crosshair up there through this tiny ass angle. They can walk into here and they will see you pretty fucking easily because you're pretty close to this wall. So you are exposed more to them than they are to you. And they can come from this side, and if they swing on this side of the window, which I would always do, they will just kill you. Not only that, but if you are spotted, you will get naded or so much utility thrown on you pretty much instantly. If they see you in this side of window, you are trapped on the left side of window if you are spotted here. Nobody hits this shot. Nobody fucking hits this shot. So first off, when I swing mid, the way I swing it is I'm not going to come into this spot here and peek it like this. And not only that, but I will not peek this window, this right side of this window, because people will generally always be playing in this right side. Let me change my crosshair color because it doesn't really work with this map well. I was using red for different fucking purposes because I thought it was cute for a bit, but cyan's the best color easily. So anyways, people, when I peek mid, I will always swing this right side of the window first, and I will shoulder this out. People love to play on here, and if I know there's someone there, that's all I have to do, and they're fucked. My teammates can come in, they can nade this shit, or I can literally just hold and wait if I know he's there, and he has no choice but to actually find a way to cross back over. So just know that nobody is going to slow peek this like this. This is not a very good way to slow peek this angle. And even if you do, the best way to actually swing an angle like this right side, would just be like this. People love to play in that spot. The angles they are showing really are not that good of off angles. This spot's decent, but it's a pretty expected spot to play. And a lot of the times when you are taking A long, you won't actually get there in time to actually make use of this spot, because nobody swings long this late. If you have A long control, the defenders are never going to push in to A long again. It's just not going to happen. So this is it's a good spot to play, but at the same time, it's very useless because they aren't going to push into this angle and your back is exposed. So what you should be doing, if you are just holding an angle as an attacker and your team is pushing up, if your team is pushing up, do not sit in this spot. You are completely wasting your usefulness. Watch behind, watch the flank. don't sit in a spot right here that nobody's going to peek. Now, if this situationally can be good, but it's a very common angle. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is a common spot that people love to fucking play. And this is a spot I will... Now, this one, once again, who the fuck hits shots like this? You are showing pixel peaks that nobody is ever going to hit. And not only that, you are giving them all mid-control. They can literally walk by without being spotted. And you are giving them alt mid-control, and you are fucking your teammate on C. This is not a free kill. This is not a free kill at all. If you are going to play this window, use utility on this doorway and just hold. Just hold in there. Just play in here. If you get overwhelmed, fall back and hold the doorway, making sure they don't push through. Don't actually expose yourself to this point once you have lost control of it, because you will die. I will clear out all of this, and then I will pre-aim this doorway and I will swing on it. I will pre-aim this doorway behind this wall and I will swing on it after clearing out all of this. Now, when I am clearing this angle, the way that I will clear it is I will clear this. I will shoulder this out and I will clear this. And if I don't see anyone in this window, I will slowly expose myself and I will clear all of this window. I'll clear this. I'll look at this. Come and clear this corner. And I won't even expose myself to that. I will not even put myself in a position where whoever is playing this fucking angle right here, whatever the fuck they showed, I don't even remember. It's something like this. They will not even see me. Literally, all I have to do is walk up like this, peek onto sight, and then come over here like this, not expose myself. Jump up again. And that person there is fucking dead. They're dead. Like, they are not going to be able to win a gunfight where I slowly pop up here and slowly swing around. Because they won't expect somebody to be... If they're holding an angle like this, they won't have a headshot angle on me first off. And it's such a tight angle that if I see them, I have such a huge advantage on them. Haven Sage Wall, this one's decent, but I know a better one, so I'm going to hop in the game real quick and actually show it off. Better ways you can actually do this, because they're advertising you just place it right behind this, and that's not the proper way to actually play this. This one right here, you can literally place it at either side, and you can block off a whole route of path for the enemy team if they decide to push in. So you can still watch pretty much the entire thing. Well, one of the sides is blocked off. So it's just a better way to play it. I mean, this angle is actually pretty good, but there are many other ways you can play it. And if you were to say take an angle like this is much more of an off angle because you're not standing directly in the center like this. If you were standing off to this side, you aren't exposed to as much, and it's much less expected to actually play here.
Jett's passive allows him to glide in the air after jumping, so
They just call Jett fucking him.
you want to use this to get across the boxes and on top of the boxes just before a short. It's very hard for the enemy to see
I always pre-aim this spot. 100% of the times this spot will be pre-aimed.
you guys up there while you have access to a simple kill.
You have to swing so wide to actually be able to get this kill. And this is such an expected spot for people to swing. This right here is such an easy spot for me to just hold, and for whoever to swing this, just die. I always check this spot when I come out. I always check this spot. Every single time. This spot's okay. This spot is okay. But you are exposed too long, so heavily, that if your teammate is not watching this, you are dead. And if you decide to play in the next position, if you decide to play in this position instead, if your teammates, or if the enemy player walks up mid through here, if they decide that they just want to walk up, you are fucked in this position because you can't fall back to CT spawn. You have no way of getting out. You have no fallback potential whatsoever. The only option is to win this gunfight short and fall into short or play in the cubby. Let me restate. You only have the option from this position, if they are already up long, to kill the person here that is just sitting here in short. The person that you see on screen aiming here. You You literally can only kill them and walk and take short from him. Or you can fall into this cubby. Those are your only two options if they are already up long. This spot, I literally, as a first day player, I feel like I am getting to the point where I am overusing the word literally, like fucking Leafy is here from 2016, but I literally played this spot the first day I got this game. This spot is so expected, and if they wall off this side, all they have to do is pre-aim this spot, like maybe pre-aim here and then up here, because not everyone's going to pre-aim this spot or this spot right away, but this spot is for sure going to get pre-aimed, and you can only really get one kill from this position before you get traded. So once again, it is a one and done position. You have no fallback potential whatsoever once you were in this position, because if the team is not helping you and they decide to push into B here, you are pretty much fucked, because there's utility blocking almost all of your routes of exit, and if you are not a high mobility character, you can't get out.
This angle is extremely good. I tried it recently. I highly recommend it.
I highly do not recommend this spot. Okay, I actually covered this spot in my last video, stating how this spot is only really good on anti-eco rounds, and on rifle rounds you don't really want to play this spot. Sometimes you can get the drop on them, but generally after you get one kill, you once again will be traded. So it's only really good for anti-eco rounds, and you can hide here with a shotgun, like a shorty or something, and maybe get one free kill, just so you can get that one kill to kind of even the odds on an anti-eco round. You take one rifle out of their hands. This is really the only time this spot should actually be played. Every once in a while, you can play this spot, and it's an unexpected spot, but generally, for the most part, you want to fall off site when they are already pushed up onto B site. You want to get out of there so you can wait for your team to come behind you, and you can retake the site together.
This corner right here allows you a very cheeky angle to B elbow. This is
That's my fucking word. You're not allowed to say cheeky. That I coined that term with my channel. I know I only have like 300 subs, but that's my term.
angle into B.
This spot's fucking terrible. I don't really have much to say about this. Unless you have a teammate watching here, that is the only situation in which this spot will be good. The only time this spot will be good is if this is completely covered. That is seriously the only time that this angle right here is good, is if you have full long control. Because if they decide to just push in through long and you are just staring at this like a brain dead idiot, you are going to die from long. You have to have somebody watching your long in this position. They should have probably stated that, but just keep that in mind. It's a decent spot only if this is covered. Only if this is covered.
Right as they
This spot's actually really good. I actually really highly recommend this spot. The only thing I would have to say is if you get one kill, you instantly want to fall back to B elbow, which is right behind where this person is playing. B elbow is a very strong spot to play. So if you get this first kill, you don't want to stay and just stick around, because you will get traded. But it is a very unexpected spot. I pre-aim this spot sometimes, but generally not a lot of players like to play up here, so it's a pretty decent spot. You can jump up here with updraft, so keep that in mind, and you can also sage wall up here, so it's pretty decent.
and here's a very sneaky angle to
I also went over this spot in my last video, how people would just fucking sit here and wait for the push, so you should always expect this. But
flank as your team.
if your team is not clearing short, you don't want to play in this position, because they can, if the enemy team decides to get aggressive here, all they have to do is walk through here and kill you. That's literally all they have to do. And not only that, but if you don't have anyone watching your T-spawn, you're going to get shot in the side.
pushes in.
This is kind of good. It's kind of good. But you need to have someone watching your T-spawn, and you need to have your teammates pushing up short, so you're actually being useful in this position.
They'll never ever be expecting. Also,
I literally always expect this spot.
sitting here may allow you to take out a flank from spawn or someone taking the tele behind the truck on A side.
I went over this spot in my last video too. This spot's pretty good. It's not the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's still a pretty good spot. I pre-aim this spot 9 times out of 10, so keep that in mind. A lot of players will pre-aim this spot, because, you know, I'm not some high IQ god. I'm not pre-aiming shit that nobody pre-aims. I pre-aim this spot for a reason, because people fucking play up here. And if you are playing this angle, crouch.
To exploit the magic of
Okay, he does crouch. Okay. And you can also kind of jump up on this truck and kind of hug the wall, and you get an even better off angle.
headshot. Most likely be clearing towards the site in your
Once you already clear this out, the next angle you should be pre-aiming is the top of the truck.
general.
You should pre-aim this spot next. I don't know why he's not, but this spot, Oh, that's why. He doesn't have a closed beta gun, buddy. People love to pre-aim this spot. So just keep that in mind when you're playing this spot. It's a decent spot, but people will pre-aim it. They won't just walk out blindly half the times. They will pre-aim the spot because there's really nothing else to pre-aim here. Nobody's going to be playing in front of the truck, so this is the next logical spot for players' crosshairs to actually move.
This is the final stretch here, guys. If you manage to sneak into B
Don't do this.
main without taking contact, this box
Don't do this.
is a very simple way of displacing your character.
Do not do this. Do not play in this position. Do not. This position is fucking asinine. This is such a bad angle. When I come through B tunnels as an attacking player, the first thing I do, without even exposing myself to this angle, is I will clear this whole side. All of this will be cleared by the time I even cross this threshold where his crosshair is. This will all be cleared out. All of it. And if a teammate is watching my push, I can wide swing this guy. Because that is my next logical peek. I will instantly peek and have my crosshair at a headshot position on this angle. This angle is extremely dangerous and it is extremely expected. If you don't have B control and you are coming late, note that a lot of players love to play up here. This is not an uncommon angle to play. This is a very common angle that gets pre-aimed all the fucking time. And if you think you can just sit in this corner to the right of the box, like right here, and not get pre-aimed, you're sorely mistaken. Because if after I pre-aim this spot right here that he's standing on, I will swing my way around here, right here, and I will wide swing this and I will clear out this angle. His crosshair should already be ready, like right up here, ready for him to be on this box.
Make when clearing the back cubby.
Nobody doesn't clear that spot. Nobody doesn't check that spot. Another one and done position, which I despise, by the way, because once again, you are putting yourself in a position with no route of escape.
Towards the opposite side of the map, a similar angle can be taken outside of the heaven window of the A site approach.
Once this spot is cleared, and once heaven is slightly cleared,
This angle is incredible.
because you come out here, you clear this spot, you look here a little bit, you clear this spot, and then you swing a little wider, you clear under balcony, and after that, you don't even have to expose yourself to sight. You can have a smoke down here, and all you have to do is wide swing this angle right here. And if it is not wide swung by a player or not swung whatsoever, then if you are standing
Incredibly powerful.
at the top right here, you will get traded. You will get traded by the teammate of
Seeing
this fucking idiot that's just walking back turned to sight.
an enemy's back will be fully exposed if they decide to clear the actual.
You will get traded in this position. You will. If it is a 1 versus 1 situation, maybe it's a good spot to play, but once again, I always pre-aim this spot, and most players do. This spot is fucking garbage. This is only good on anti-ecos. Only good on anti-ecos. There is no way to escape, and this is also a very heavily pre-aimed spot that people love to play on. People play on this spot so fucking much, and it will get cleared so many times. If you have a rifle, you do not want to take the shot. If you had somebody maybe crossfiring from sight, maybe just maybe, because it will draw their attention a little bit, enough for you to maybe get 1 or 2 kills, but generally past that you won't get any more, and you will get traded out almost instantly.
It's a very favorable one-on-one fight. And our
Key term, one-on-one. If there is one person, yes, sometimes you can get the drop on them, but generally in a 5 versus 5 scenario, you do not want to play on top of this box whatsoever.
And our last angle to hold for a free kill is a very aggressive angle to create an opening kill onto a bomb site take. Assuming your team has A ramp control, Jett's updraft can be used to make an unexpected.
Now, assuming your team has a ramp control, this whole bottom part will be smoked off.
Peek deep into
If they have a ramp control, nobody's going to hold this angle right here because it's extremely dangerous. They're going to smoke this off, or your team is going to smoke this off so they can cross up short and get into heaven. And this spot will be the only spot that's actually exposed. So crosshairs will be trained on this angle, ready for you to take this peek, because this peek is a very common spot. You are exposing yourself to so many angles when you decide to peek from up here where this Jett is playing. You are exposed to so many angles from this angle right here. So many that if you decide to swing out here, if you decide to be this Jett player, You will probably have like 2 crosshairs just watching this angle. Keep that in mind.
To A. There's practically no chance a defending player will be pre-aimed.
Yes, they will! They will pre-aim this spot! This spot is so common!
Onto this spot instead of the normal A main choke point that can be dangerous to go through before a kill has been made. Alright guys,
Oh, God! Okay, that's really all I wanted to go over in this video. They show off a lot of one-and-done positions, which I hate one-and-done positions. And not only that, but they are advertising the one-and-done positions as free kills, which new players are obviously going to gravitate towards. You are not showing them the proper way they actually need to play this game. You are showing them terrible off angles that will net them maybe 1 kill if it's not pre-aimed. And not only that, but they need to play on site properly. They don't want to just constantly be taking off angles, because if they play these off angles more than once in a game, it'll get pre-aimed and they'll get punished almost instantly. Like, I understand they're just trying to help players out, but they're going about it the wrong way. They're going about it the wrong way. It's good that they're showing off spots you can play, but they need to preface the fact that these spots are extremely dangerous to play more than 1 round, and they're extremely dangerous to play in the first place, because if you get 1 kill and you die, you are putting your team at a disadvantage. If you are the defender and you trade 1 for 1, you are at the disadvantage, because your forces have to be spread thin at that point. If the attacking team gets a kill and one of them dies, they are at much less of a disadvantage than if the defending team gets a pick and loses one of their players, because all the attacking team has to do is regroup and then hit a site as a team, whereas the defenders have to spread their forces even more thin than they are already spread across all the bomb sites that they need to play. So please, use your discretion when you're playing these positions and don't play them poorly. That's all I have to say. I appreciate this guide, but they really need to explain that these are very situational and they really are not that good, and they can also be very dangerous. I'm sorry, I just woke up, I saw this video. I don't like making videos on other content creators, which I stated, but I had to make this video. This honestly was kind of infuriating to watch. So that's it. I'm ending the video here.